Hey, this video covers how to capture, sync, and edit audio and video, and this is in relation to creating a multimodal composition, like perhaps a documentary video, a science story, an op-ed video, a mini TED Talk or a TED Talk, the editing portion, science sketch, etc. So anything where you are recording audio and video, this video will help you get there. Okay, the first thing you should do on this hit parade is make sure scan your environment and see if there's any loud sounds, like maybe you have a fan on in the background. You can hear this fan. Perhaps there's some noise from the window. Perhaps you have some noise in the hall fountain, and then kind of mitigate that stuff as much as you can. Okay, now what I'm going to do in this video is I am going to do like a pseudo interview. In an interview, the interviewee will be pretty far away from the camera, and the interviewer will be around the interviewee. However, the microphone on the camera is not going to pick up the sound of the interviewee, his or her voice very well. So what you need are two separate audio recording devices, one on the camera and one separate audio device. In relation to that, what I'm doing for this demonstration, I am using GarageBand in my laptop, and I am speaking into just a standard little podcasting mic. This is just not an expensive mic or anything. It's just a mic that I plug into my computer. It's a little bit better than that standard stock mic that comes with the computer. Okay, so the steps to go to now are set up your camera on a tripod, and you're going to use your iPhone for that, and then open up GarageBand, and you're going to record the good audio. I'm just going to say the good audio, the clean audio. You're going to record the clean, good audio from the interviewee's voice. You're going to record that onto your computer through GarageBand, and then you can really tweak it in GarageBand, and then you're going to re-import it into the here's some background noise right here. You're going to re-import it into the video using GarageBand and then iMovie, and I'll show you how to edit the video and add images and effects in iMovie. So here we go. Okay. All right, so what I've done is I've opened GarageBand, and this is just all on a Mac, and these are applications that come with the Mac, with the Mac OS. So here we have GarageBand. What you're going to do is you're going to record the voice of the interviewee in GarageBand, and that will record a clean track for you, whereas your iPhone will be far away recording the image, and it will have another audio track that will be less clean, less robust, less good. So I have opened up GarageBand, and now what I'm going to do is open up a empty project. You won't need to worry about tempo and all those kind of things here. Just open up, make sure that you have your input device here. I have the blue snowball, which is this little mic that I'm using right here. It's a podcasting mic. Okay, I'm going to click that. And then I'm going to use my MacBook Air speakers for the output. And once you've done that, you can just click on it. Okay. And you just want to create, now it's asking you to create a track. So you don't want MIDI, you don't want drummer, you want a mic track. This indicates stereo. It's okay, it's fine. We're going to record in mono, but we'll have two sides to it, the right and left, and it'll just be the same waveform on both. Okay. I want to hear my instrument as I play and record. Not really. That's monitoring, and it's just kind of more of a nuisance. So I'm going to unselect that. Okay, and everything else looks good. So create. All right, now here we are in GarageBand. And you can see this is the GarageBand interface, and here we have the track 1 that we just created. GarageBand uses tracks, and we can have numerous tracks. So if I add a track here, I can just add a new one, and then you can change the inputs on this, and you can change the filters and every other parameter, and you can work with different tracks. And then this button here will mute the track or unmute the track. Now normally I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this one so I don't get confused. Okay. And then I'm going to go to configure track header, and I'm going to go ahead and click all of these options here and get out of that. Okay, this button is mute. This is solo, meaning just play just that track. This is track lock. If it's locked, you can't do anything with it. This is record. We want to enable the recording. This is that monitor thing we just talked about where you can hear it as it's being recorded. Here is the volume level. Here's the pan. This is left and right. Keep it at 0. Okay. And if you can notice, if I speak louder, the volume indicator goes up there. Here is your timeline. This is your scrubber or playhead, whatever you'd like to call it. Okay, now we're going to take off the metronome. See that? And we're going to undo this count in. We don't need that right now. All right, looking good. So now it looks like we're ready to go with the audio recording. Remember, we're going to record the good audio on GarageBand. So you're just going to take a little. You don't even really need the podcasting mic. You can just get your laptop close to the interviewee, close enough, but out of the shot, and you can record the interviewee's voice on GarageBand. Okay, so next step is to set up the camera. Okay, I have pressed record on the iPhone here, and I'm now recording the video from my iPhone. It's on a tripod right here. I am sitting here, and the microphone for my voice is pretty close to me. It's not right against my face, but it's right here on my desk. And now the key is for me to go ahead and start GarageBand recording. All right, and now I am recording on GarageBand as well. And I can see the waveform there, and I'm coming through pretty clearly, so that's good. And now, here's the key. The main thing you need to do to sync audio and video is create a spike. So at the very beginning of your video, if you're using a different audio source from the source of your iPhone, you're not using your iPhone's audio because it's going to be far away and not very good. And what we're using is a podcasting mic, and I just turned up the gain on it, so that's good. I can see a little bit better waveform now. We're using a podcasting mic and my laptop and GarageBand to record the sound, the good sound. The crappy sound is going to come from the iPhone. Now, but the first thing you need to do is make a spike, because then you're going to line those spikes up. So what you do is you look into the camera and you say 3, 2, 1. Yes, and that made a really big spike there. So you just go 3, 2, 1, and any kind of sound you can make to make a big spike like that. And what the game that you're playing with this is that there will be a spike on the audio of your iPhone of the video, and there'll be a spike on the video we're recording here on GarageBand. And then you're going to line those up. Now do this first. Do this business first, because if you don't do it first, you end up, what I mean by first is like before you start editing the video and making cuts and things like that. If you don't do it first, then you end up having to resync the audio and video for each scene, which is a total bummer. So you don't want to do that. Right at the beginning, do your spike, and then we'll sync them in GarageBand, and then we'll re-import the good audio to the audio track of the video, and then we'll take it over to iMovie and edit it there. And now we're back one more time. I'm speaking into my podcasting microphone right here. It's picking up a great waveform, lots of amplitude. And the iPhone is now on cinematic mode, which, remember, does the narrow depth of field so that I should be in focus, but the background not so much. Okay, great. So now I'm going to do another spike. 3, 2, 1. And that will now allow me to sync up that clip with the clip I'm recording on the iPhone. But the main thing we're going to do now is I'm going to show you how to edit the video, sync the audio with the video, and then we're going to edit the video in iMovie. Be organized. Anytime you're editing audio and video, you really, really, truly need to be organized. So to that end, let me go ahead and downsize this, and I'll show you here that I have made a folder, video production. Inside the folder I have an audio folder and then a video folder, and in the audio folder I have exported the raw audio from GarageBand, and here it is right here. So one thing that I suggest is to right click and compress, and then that way you know what's inside that zip file is always going to be the earliest, most pristine version of that file. So even if this one gets corrupted, then you'll have the backup, okay? Now, whenever we master it, the concept of mastering is going into GarageBand and really adjusting the levels and using filters on the audio and making it sound great. After we do that, we will export it and put it in this folder. Okay, now, over here, the video, I have taken the video from my phone. I had 2 separate videos here. I named them iPhone Video 1 raw meaning I haven't edited or touched it or anything, iPhone Video 2 raw. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just highlight both and compress. And that way I will have the true version, the true and earliest version of both files. And waiting for it to finally compress, waiting for it to finish, and here we go. I'm going to rename it iPhone Video Raw. And get rid of the second this MOV thing. Okay, there you go. All right, great. We are in good shape now. All right, the next step will be to master the audio in GarageBand. So here it is. And here we go. We are now going to master the audio. Remember, this audio was recorded through the podcasting mic and through GarageBand on my laptop. And this is the good audio, but we can make it better. So what you end up doing is here with your scrubber. This is called the scrubber or the playhead, depending on what program you're in. I use them interchangeably. This is where you adjust your, right here, you need to know this kind of control right here is adjusting your, I call it the timeline, and you can elongate it or make it more narrow that way with that control. That comes in handy big time. Okay, now what we would like to do is let's go ahead and listen. I'm going to go ahead and go back to the very beginning of the audio. All right, and now I am recording on GarageBand as well. And I can see the waveform there, and I'm coming through. See, here's the waveform right here, and I can hear it, but it is pretty low. Here's the key. It's pretty low. The main thing you need to do to sync audio and video is create a spike. So at the very beginning. So in GarageBand, you can use the space bar. Also in iMovie, you can use the space bar to move forward and backwards. Okay, let's take a tour here. These are your filters or patches, however you want to say it. If you click on the track and the audio that you're wanting to adjust, you can come here and you can, let's go ahead and play my voice here. I'll go back to the beginning and just hit play. And you can come here and adjust it with these filters. I'm recording on GarageBand as well. And I can see the waveform there, and I'm coming through pretty Not very good. So that's good. These are all just kind of funny, experimental type of things. Here's the key. Box talking. The main thing you need to do to sync No. Okay, but the ones that I use most are narration vocal. See how it made it a little warmer? And natural vocal. You're not using your iPhone's audio because it's going to be far away. And that's a little bit. Okay. And what we're using is that's a little bit echoey for me. So we'll go with bright vocal. How about that? I can see a little bit better waveform now. We're using a podcasting mic and my. The main thing so you just tinker with it until you get it the way you like it to sound. Not that one. So I am between natural vocal from the source of your iPhone. You're not using your iPhone's audio and bright vocal. Far away and not very. And what we're using is a podcasting mic, and I just turned up the gain. Okay. So I think what we're going to do. We're using a podcasting mic and my laptop and GarageBand to record the sound. Okay, we're going to use bright vocal. The crappy sound is going to come from the iPhone. Now, but the first thing you need to do pause it for a second. All right, now that we've done we've applied a filter there. Now what we need to do is tinker with the actual waveform itself. Okay, watch this. Now you come up here and you can choose go to view, and what we want are okay, but we can do more tinkering with the sound in just a moment. But first what we need to do is import the movie into GarageBand now, because what we're going to do is sync it up. Okay, so you just click on help and say movie and open movie. And find on your desktop where you have it saved, and audio, video, and iPhone. We're going to go with the first one, okay? And then open. Boom. Now notice what happened. It gives you a little preview of the video here in a window, but then it actually shows you the clips from the video up here on this top level of the interface of GarageBand, and then it actually shows you the waveform of the audio recorded on the iPhone. So this is the iPhone video 1 raw. That's the audio that came from the iPhone. See how flat it is? How no good it is? Let's listen to it a little bit. I'm going to mute this one and I'm going to play this one. Record on the iPhone here. Oh yeah, no good at all. No good at all. Okay, let's stop it. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to sync these two waveforms up. The goal is to import this audio right here into the original movie. So you have the good audio in replacing the bad audio. So the way you do that is by lining up those two spikes that we made. So you can see the spikes here. Now, if you look at the GarageBand interface, you can see the two spikes. Okay, look, if you'll go right here, and you can see the spike in the iPhone audio here, and you can see the spike on the GarageBand audio here. And what our goal is to sync those two up. So let's make our timeline smaller right now, about like we do need to be able to see the spikes. There they are. Okay. So first things first, let's go here to the GarageBand, the good audio, and select it, and we will move it over. All right. Now let's turn them both on and see how it sounds. I am sitting here and microphone for my voice is pretty close. It's not bragging, it's not big. If you're using a different audio source from the source of your iPhone, you're not broadcasting mic and try to turn it up really loud. Laptop and GarageBand to record the sound, the good sound. The crappy sound going to come from. See the difference? That's the original sound, the crappy sound. Because then you're going to line. That's the good sound. So okay. What you do is you look into the camera and you say. All right, let's pause it. Now, in order to line it up most precisely, you need to elongate your timeline. Don't lose your spikes. There's the spike right there. See it? And I've got it pretty well aligned just from dragging it over, but we can get it way better than that. All right, we can get it better than that. There it is. And let's elongate it even more. Okay, now you can start fine-tuning it. And I usually use my playhead to try to help me with this. So you can see how you can just place your playhead right at the very beginning of that spike. And we're going to go ahead and elongate it even more. See how it looked to be synced to, earlier, but it wasn't. See how off it is? Okay, let's move this back. Yep, just like that. Okay, maybe a little bit more. Okay, I think we can go one more time at least. Okay, yeah. Boy, it's pretty nice. I would say maybe just a little. Let's get the playhead right there. Let's kind of make it just right at the beginning of the squiggles. Right about right. Oh, probably about right there. So I think we can move it back to there. Oh, there you go. And I believe that's probably going to be about as, now it just depends. Let's see. I think maybe the squiggle, we're going to look at these right here. It's kind of hard at this level. There you go. I think that's it right there. Okay, now let's reduce the timeline. Look at that. Yeah, looks pretty good to me. Okay, now if I did it correctly, then I can turn off the original sound and play the video with the video, visible, and the words from the good audio will go with my mouth. We'll sync up. Ready? Let's do it. I'm going to mute the original, and I'm going to go ahead and go back to the beginning, and let's zip through all this. I got lost, you guys, sorry. There it is. Okay. Let's go. GarageBand as well. And I can see the waveform there, and I'm coming through pretty clearly, so that's good. And now, just turned up the gain on it, so that's good. I can see you're going to line those spikes up. So what you do is you look into the camera and you say, 3, 2, 1. Looks good to me. And that made a really big spike there. So okay, great. 3, now, 2, 1. Yep, there's the second spike I made. Great. Now we're going to preserve this audio for the next clip that I already have. So in this case, what we need to do now is export the good audio to the movie. And to do that, to re-import the good audio to the original video file, you just do this. So we have it synced up, yes, and I'm going to take my mouse, I'm just going to highlight the original. Remember, this is the original raw audio. I'm just going to delete it. Easy peasy. All right. And now what you can do is go to, I just used help and typed in movie, but it's under File, no, under File, yeah, Movie, and then go to Export Audio to Movie. And that's it. Export audio to movie. And ready, Shazam. All right, we're going to make it 1080p. We're going to make it iPhone Video 1 edited. And audio edited, maybe. Okay. Audio synced. Okay. Then we're going to put it into a different folder here in a minute, but let's go ahead with desktop. Let's go ahead with video production, audio, mastered. Let's go here. Okay. Save. All right. All right, now it is compressing. And if all goes well, now you will have a video with good audio that is synced, and we shall see. And let's see what we have. Did it work? Apple TV, come on. Here we are over here where you can't see it. There you go. Pretty clearly. So, all right, and now I am recording on GarageBand as well. And I can see the waveform there, and I'm coming through pretty clearly, so that's good. It worked. And now, here's the key. The main thing. See how the words and the audio create a spike. Synced. So, very beginning of your video, if you're using my laptop and GarageBand. Okay, we can do better on that. 3, 2, see, it's 1, echoey. And then GarageBand. And then okay. You're going to line those up. Now do this. On to the next step. Okay, now I'm going to re-import it into GarageBand and tinker with the audio more. Okay, so what I have done is I had to combine those two separate video clips. And what I did is I combined them, and here is the synced waveforms, the synced audio from each of the clips right here in this track. Now I could work with that audio, or I could work with the original audio there. The reason that I had to do this is because I had two distinct clips of video, and I had to put them together and then re-import it into GarageBand. GarageBand does not edit video, only audio. So now that I have it back, I have my choice. I can either work with this track or the original audio, and I think the original is better. So I'm just going to mute this imported track, and let's just go with this. I've synced all this up. It looks good. So here we go. Right here in the beginning, this is very low. You can hear it. And I can see the waveform. Super duper low. So I want to show you how to turn on the automation. I usually just type it in. Show automation. All right, great. So I'm going to click on this track here. Okay, now watch. See that little yellow line? See if I can make this bigger for you. Okay. Now see that little yellow line right there? Make the waveform, make the timeline a little bit bigger. All right, that little yellow line is your volume in this case, because see it says volume right there. Now you can click on it and watch this. You can turn the volume up and down. Pretty clearly, so that's good. But when you do so, it pertains to the entire audio clip. That's not what we want to do. Automation means turn the volume up and down at various points during the audio clip. So watch this. So see this audio right here? You can see the waveform is really low there, not a lot of amplitude. So what you want to do is turn it up there and then back down a little bit later. So let's get a good level here. All right, and now I'm recording on GarageBand as well. And I can see the key here is to not let the indicator bars go into the red. They can go into the yellow a little bit, but not the red. Let's turn it up a little bit more. Audio and video is create a spike. So at the very beginning of your video, if you're using a different audio source from the source of the iPhone, you're not using iPhone's. Okay, that's probably pretty good. Now watch this. In GarageBand and also iMovie, you hit the Shift key to start and stop start and stop it. But to split the clip, which is what we want to do right now, it is Alt T, and then I think it's something else in an audio in a iMovie. So let's try it right here. Let's go Alt T. Yep. See how I split that clip right there? Now the clip is split, but I don't want to do that just yet. All right. So now we're going to zoom in on this portion right here, and we want to attenuate this. See all those spikes? Because what I did is I turned on part of the microphone gain and the volume shot up. And so what we want to do is get rid of that faux show. So watch this. You can put a little dot there, put a dot over here, and then you can reduce the volume for just that portion. Watch, see that? Boom. Put another dot there. There you go. Okay, so you get your playhead here, and I'll show you what a loop is. Click the loop right here, and then you kind of have to go find it. It's a little yellow thing. There you go, the yellow right there. Now move it over. What that'll do is it'll play that section 1,000 times, just over and over and over again. Okay, now we're gonna make it move it up a little bit. Okay, get it. There you go. Okay, cool. Now it's just gonna play that over and over again. Ready? Not very. So I attenuated that entire section. Watch. See that? But we don't want any of that there. See, now it's completely gone. Okay, great. Now let's stop the loop. And then you can do the same for any other spikes that you have in your audio, all the way through. If you see a huge spike or maybe there's someone opened a door or something, you can go and you can attenuate that using the automation here. All right, but notice how high the volume is. It's going to be too high for this better waveform here in a minute. Watch this. So we're going to have to turn it back down. And see how loud that is? A podcasting mic, and I just turned up. So what we're going to need to do is turn this down. So get yourself another dot there. So we'll just kind of bring it up to about here, and then we can bring this entire thing down there. Okay, let's see how that sounds. Because it's going to be far away and not very. And what we're using is a podcasting mic, and I just turned up the gain on it, so that's good. I can see a little bit better waveform now. Maybe a little bit more. We're using a podcasting. Maybe a little bit more. Mic and my laptop and GarageBand to record the sound, the good sound. The crappy sound is going to come from the iPhone. Now, okay, just tinker with it until you get the volume the way you like it. Because then you're going to. All right, now I think what I'd like to do is update the Bright Vocal, the patch that I have there. Let's come back here. Audio source from the source of your iPhone. There's Bright Vocal. iPhones. And then what we're going to do is fiddle with our controls down here. Is a podcasting mic, and I just turned up the gain on it, so that's good. I can see a little bit better waveform now. We're using a podcasting mic, and see how it's adjusting the sound? My laptop and GarageBand to record the sound, the good sound. The crappy sound is going to come from the iPhone. Now, but the first thing you need to do is make it spike, because then you're going to line those spikes up. So what you do is you look into the camera and you say, 3, 2, 1. Yes, and that made a really and that sounds good. There. So you just go 3. I have tinkered with my automation and my filters now, and the audio sounds good. It seems to be at a consistent level for the entire clip. And remember, there were 2 clips that I started off with. The audio is synced with the motion of my mouth, and so now the only thing left to do is export these 2 tracks of audio into that video, and then we'll take that video to iMovie and edit it there. Okay, so here we go. I have the first track synced. That was the original audio from the video that I re-imported. Okay, and then I have these 2. They're not muted. They're ready to go. So let's just go with edit, and then movie. Let's see, file, and then movie, and then go ahead and export audio to movie, and click on that. And then synced and combined, yes indeed, and put it on 1080p is fine, and save. Takes it a minute. You can kind of watch it rendering here. So now what I have is a video file in which it started off as 2 separate video clips, and I combined them, and then I imported mastered audio. Mastered means it has been edited for sound quality, and I imported the mastered audio back into the video. So I have just one video right here with all of the improvements. It combines both of the original videos and the mastered audio. So what we would like to do now is open up iMovie, and we're just going to drag this video over into the media area there, and now we are ready to start editing the video in iMovie. Yay! We have synced the audio and video. All right, so now this is iMovie. Let's take a quick tour. This is the timeline down here. That's the most important part. This is the tool that elongates or shortens the timeline. Up here you have some controls. My media are your media clips. Audio, this will be different audio clips that you have. Titles, these will be anything you want to write on the screen. This can be credits, can be titles for the video, whatever you want to do. Backgrounds are here and transitions are here. Okay, so I'm going to go to my video or my media, and I'm going to drag this video that we just made into the timeline. Great, now I'm going to elongate my timeline. Boom, make it a little bit longer so we can work with it a little bit better. Now I want you to notice that we have the clip, and see how it we had the original clip, and now we have the second clip. Watch, and I'll hit the space bar to let you see it and hear it. And now we're back one more time. I'm speaking into my podcasting microphone right here. Great. Okay. Great waveform, lots of amplitude. Now I want you to notice that this is the audio that is attached to the video. You can see the little blue line down there. You can adjust the volume of the audio track just right there. However, in this case, it adjusts it for the whole track. So if you want to adjust it for just part of the track, you have to split the clip and adjust it there. But nonetheless, okay, now we can start doing a lot of things here. So the first thing is to say, oh, by the way, if you would like to, you can separate the audio from the video here. You can say detached audio. See that right there? That comes in handy. You can do that sometimes, but I think I would like to keep it there for now, okay? All right, so in iMovie, you can split the clip by getting your playhead on top of wherever you want to split it, and then you can it's Command B, or just you can right click and say split clip. So if you notice, like here in the beginning, you don't want to leave this stuff there, like me walking around and everything, me messing with the other computer and whatnot. So you have two choices to get rid of that. You can get your playhead or your scrubber all the way up to where you want to split it or trim it. Line it up just like right there, okay? And then you can say Command B, bam. And when you say Command B, I just split that clip. I'll make it a little bit smaller now, okay? Now you can just highlight the clip and hit delete, and it's gone. So now it starts like this. All right, and now I am recording on GarageBand. Okay, great. Now, you can also, there's another way to do that. I just hit the undo button, Alt-Z, and if you just want to trim it, you see the trim, you kind of get your little cursor right there, and you can trim it all the way down to the cursor. Now, when you trim it, it's pretty cool because many times, not always, but many times when you trim it, the original audio and video that you have trimmed are still there. You've just trimmed it down to where when you render this video, it'll just render it from this point. But say if I needed it again, watch. It's there. It's still there. So that comes in handy too. Usually if it's the beginning or end of the video, I trim it. But if it's in the middle, I split the clips. Okay, great. All right, now let's go ahead and start off the beginning of the video with a background. And we'll just do anything here. How about this gradient gray? Now let's do this industrial. Pull it down there and just put it right in the beginning. And you can see it's 4 seconds long and it looks like that. Okay, great. And then let's go ahead and put some titles there. So you can choose from all these, and something that's really cool is you can put your cursor over the top of the title and you can see its animation. See that? Okay, so you can choose one that's appropriate for you, and I'm going to choose this one right here, and then you just drag it down into the timeline where you want it. Now notice that the title here is on top of the background. That indicates that the title text will show above the background. Okay, so I'm just not in love with that background. I'm going to put another one on there. I like maybe stars. Meh. Gradient. Let's try gradient gray. It's a little better. Now let's move our title over there to that. Yeah, I kind of like that a little better. Okay, X out of that. I just deleted the original background. So now we just click on the titles, and the way you edit them is just to come here and type right on top of the text there. So I will say video and audio, sync, and edit. And I will say Professor Shanafelt here. And it just, when I chose these titles, the format of it was all caps. And I'm not a very big fan of all caps, but let's just let it be, okay? All right, now let's see what happens. Cool. All right, great. And now I am recording on. So if you notice, we have some titles there. Bam. All right. Wonderful. Now, the next thing we can do is find any places we would like to take out. I'm sure there's some places here. Let's see here. Resync the audio and video for each scene, which is a total bummer. So you don't want this portion right here, I seem to be just sitting there doing nothing, so we can take all that out. And we can actually take it out all the way up to there. And now we're back. We'll press stop on this. All right. So you just get your clip, or you get your playhead to wherever you'd like to split it, and then Command B. And you split that part. Now we can come here. And we don't want to see me sitting down at the desk, do we? So maybe about right there. Now we're going to split that clip. Okay, here's the clip we can get rid of, and just delete it, and boom, it's gone. Okay, great. Watch this. I can probably get rid of that too. So now I've pressed stop on this. That's kind of awkward. And now. Okay, so let's see where we can trim it. All right. In GarageBand, and then we'll re-import the good audio to the audio track of the. I'll learn how to talk video, one day. And then we'll take it over to iMovie and edit it there. Okay, then I think that's good enough. I've done quite enough harm. Okay, so I have it there. So we're going to go Command B, and then we're going to get rid of all that mess there. Great. So now let's see how it goes. Back of the video, and then we'll take it over to iMovie. Okay, so I took a little too much off. Took a little too much off, didn't I? To the audio track of the video, and then we'll take it over to iMovie and edit. All right. So we'll take it over to iMovie and edit it there. Okay. So I'm going to elongate the timeline so I can get rid of the. I can keep the there. Now you can actually see in the waveform. You can actually see the words, so that's good. Ready? And edit it there. See that little peak right there? That is there. So I can zip it down to about there. It there. All right. Now I can get rid of all this. That's just me being silly. And then you don't need to see me sitting down. Okay, great. Just get rid of that. Okay, wonderful. Now we've got it. Let's see. It there. And now we're back one more time. Okay. Speaking into my podcasting mic. All right, great. And now what we can do is we can add some credits in the end. We can do the same thing that we did before. Let's use stars. And yes, this will be the worst movie ever made. I know. But let's use stars, and then let's go to the titles, and let's get like maybe this one right here for credits. And pull it down. Yep, and there we go. And we can say credits, and then Professor Shanafelt. Oh, I got to spell my name right. And weirdo. I mean, that's pretty much the only title for me, yeah. So if you had a bunch of people working with you, you could fill all that in, but I am just going to delete that, and I'll be the only one on there. And here we go. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, okay, cool. Weirdo. All right, great. Now what you want to do, because the stars left before the stars were shorter than the credits, so I'm going to elongate the stars section. And then I believe it or not, someone knocked on my door a minute ago, so I hear it. Somebody knocking. Okay, so I can get rid of that. And that's it. Now I can go there. Let me just trim this down. Great. Okay, cool. All right. So now we have. Okay, we have credits. All right. Now, one thing that I wanted to show you is how to import a image into the timeline. So say you just want the image to be there. All right, so let's go ahead and just pick a spot like here, and then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and split the clip at that area. But here's the problem. So check it out. I'll show you like this. If we split the clip and then split the clip and then put an image in there, stand by. Let's choose a really good clip, like or a little really good image like this one. Yes, indeed. That is me as a barista. Now watch this. If it's an image, you can make it longer or you can make it shorter. It's not going to change the image. It's just going to change the amount of time that it's there. Now watch what happens. Oh, I got it a little bit wrong there. Okay, watch what happens. Oh, here we go. One. Yes. And that made a really big spike there. So notice whatever's on top is what appears there. It's kind of layered like Photoshop. Okay, so that's one way to put an image into the timeline. Another way is to actually take the image and let's find another one here. Yep, there's another one. Ready to see young Airman Shanafelt? Okay, let's take this image here and let's just drop it right there. And you're going to line those up. Now do this first. Do this business first. Okay. But another way to do it is let's go ahead and split the clip. Actually, I'm just going to move this over a little bit and I'm going to take this image here because this clip is split. Now watch. You can put it inside the timeline like that. See now, but watch what happens. Yes. Okay. All right. Well, that's not what we wanted, is it? Because we wanted the background vocals. We wanted the vocals, right? So what you have to do in this case, let's just take it back out of there. What you have to do in this case is detach the audio. So here we go. Right click, detach audio. Okay, now you have that audio there. All right, now we want to get this thing lined back up. All right, now we want to get rid of the original video. I'm sorry, yeah, the original video. I'm just going to delete it. Just say, but I deleted the audio with it, so you're going to ungroup them. Hold on a second. So what you do is you just grab the audio and just kind of move it out off of the other clip, and now you can delete that clip. Let's put this image in there first. Delete the clip. There you go. Okay, now watch this. You want to elongate the image to the same size as the same duration as the you want to make the duration of the image the same as the audio at the bottom. Okay, watch this. Yes, that made a really big spike there. So you just go. See how it retained the audio? 2, 1. And any kind of sound you can make to make a big spike like that. And what the game that you're playing with this is that there will be a spike on the audio of your. Okay, let's move this a little bit out of the way there, because I'd like to see. To make a big spike like that. And what the game that you're playing with this is that there will be a spike. 2, 1. Yes, that made a really big spike there. So you just go. Okay, great. Now notice right here you have a split to a couple of different clips. Let's go ahead and do a transition. Now, some of these transitions are obnoxious, and I don't want you to use them. So, like this page curl thing, this puzzle pieces, wipe down, all this stuff. It's just, especially the mosaic. See the mosaic? It's just obnoxious. What I usually use is fade to black or fade to white, but let's go fade to black in this case. The way you put a transition into your timeline, just drag it down there. It's like right there. Can do it. Let's see if we can see it. Yeah, see how it kind of faded there? We're going to do it again, fade to black. We're going to go right here on this transition right here. So watch this. Over to iMovie and edit it there. And now we're back. Yay! So now, see, did you see it? Into my iMovie and edit it there. And now we're back one more time. I'm speaking into my podcasting microphone. All right, so that's how you enter transitions. And now I want you to also see that this little dot right here, that allows you to have kind of a fade out of the audio. I can also do it here, but let's just try it right here. I'm take it way over and let's see what it sounds like. In GarageBand, and then we'll re-import the good audio to the audio track of the video, and then we'll take it over to iMovie and edit it there. See how it kind of gradually tuned out? Okay, let's watch this one. And now we're back with... All right, let's make it kind of fade in right there. And now we're back one more time. Okay, it took some of that harshness in the beginning out. Podcasting microphone. And now we're back one more time. I'm speaking into my podcasting microphone right here. Cool. It's creepy. All right. Now, I didn't like what's going on at the end of this, so I'm just going to get rid of it. If you don't do it first, then you end up having to resync the audio and video for each scene, which is a total bummer. Okay, let's just go ahead and end that there. Because I kind of stammered on that other one. Okay, great. So now we have credits in the beginning, and let's make those credits the same. I know I'm a little bit OCD here. So I'm going to put the stars there like we had earlier, and I'm going to get rid of that one. Oops, not that. I'm going to get rid of just this bottom one. Over there. Okay, it goes here. Okay, good. Now we can delete it. Dadgummit. There we go. Delete that. Take that back down here. Make it about 3 or 4 seconds. Okay. Now watch this. That's better, I think. Now watch. The titles will bleed over to the next section if you leave them there longer than if they're longer than the actual background clip. I like that. Yeah, see how it kind of fades out. Cool. All right. Okay. And now there's a lot more to go, so stay tuned. And so let's keep going. There are so many more things we can do with the video editing in iMovie. So let's do some music. All right, so up here in our media browser here, I have a lot of music, so you can just... Like a coin in the... Oh, that's me. All right, let's use that one. I'm just going to drag it down here into the timeline, and it'll be in the background. Now, if you play now, you can play. Okay, so you can see that I'm speaking there, so we need to turn it down. And let's elongate the timeline. Okay, I'm going to go about right here. So what I did is I split the timeline, I split it there, and then I can turn it down here, and we can kind of fade in. We can fade out on this side. Okay, so let's see how it sounds. GarageBand as well, and I can see the waveform there, and I'm coming through pretty clear. All right, and now I'm. All right, Eric. Okay, we can make that fade out a little bit longer. All right, Eric, and now I'm recording. Cool. Make this a little bit longer there, and we can actually turn it down just a little bit. Let's go. All right, Eric, and now I'm recording on GarageBand as well. And I can see the waveform there, and I'm coming through pretty clearly, so that's good. And now, audio and video is create a spike. We're using a podcasting mic and my laptop and GarageBand to record the sound, the good sound. The crappy sound is going to come from the iPhone. Now, but the first thing you need to do is make a spike, because then you're going to line those spikes up. So what you do is you look into the camera and you say, 3, 2, 1. Okay, that's kind of a natural place to change things. Oh, wrong one, I believe. I'm going to split the clip right there where the playhead is. And then I'm going to turn up the volume afterwards and fade in pretty significantly. So let's see how it goes. As you look into the camera and you say, 3, 2, 1. And that made a really big spike there. Cool, cool. The game that you're playing with this is that there will be a spike. That made a really big spike there. All right. The game that you're playing. So I did not want to see myself again after that, so I'm going to trim this forward, or just so I can move it forward. And that made a really big spike there. The game that you're playing with this is that there will be a spike on the audio of your iPhone, of the video, and there'll be a spike on GarageBand. Okay, great. So now let's, we did put some music in there, and so now let's use some of the filters. I'm going to just select this clip right here, and then once this clip is selected, you can come up here to this section of the interface, and you can, first of all, you have lots of controls up here. If maybe the color's off a little bit, maybe you can just try this magic wand, and we can undo it and see what you like best. Makes it a little bit more red. Okay, well, let's just leave it there just for fun. And then we can go to the white balance. You can really tinker with all this. All right, skin tone balance, and you can actually crop it. Let's go ahead and crop this part then. You have your crop tool here, and you just basically so fit is just fitting the whole image into the screen. Crop to fill, this is what we're looking for. You can use this as your cropping tool. So if you just wanted to do something like this, and go ahead and hit enter, And now you've cropped it. Watch.
The game that you're playing with this is that there will be a spike on the audio of your iPhone, of the video, and there'll be a spike on GarageBand.
Okay, great. Now let's take that same clip and let's go ahead and apply a filter. Go up here to the top and you have many different crop filters. So this is the three little, like it's almost like a Venn diagram looking icon. Now look here, you have crop filter. Look at all these different ones you can choose. There's none. There's flipped. See, watch, I flipped it. Let's flip me just for fun. Now watch.
The game that you're playing with this is that there will be a spike on the audio of your iPhone, of the video, and there'll be a spike on GarageBand.
Okay, great. Let's take that same clip and let's do some more stuff to it. No audio effect just yet, okay? No audio effect just yet. Cancel. So let's go to the video effects. Black and white. See black and white?
Of your iPhone.
Silent Era. Comic Sans. I love that. Comic Cool. Comic Basic. Cameo. Blockbuster. You can just tinker with these different filters here. And the one that I usually like to do is this Comic Basic or Comic Cool. So let's go ahead and do that. Comic Basic. All right. Now the Comic Basic, we can turn up and down the actual kind of level of the comic filter with this right here. Okay, so let's try that. Let's see what happens.
Right there. The game that you're playing with this is that there will be a spike on the audio of your iPhone, of the video, and there'll be a spike on GarageBand.
All right, so since we have a filter on this one, let's try this filter to filter this one. Let's do a little bit different filter this time.
There'll be a spike, and there'll be a spike.
Day to night.
There'll be a spike, and there'll be a spike.
Old world.
Huh.
It's annoying, huh? Hard light. Hard light's kind of cool. Bleach. Blue. Cartoon. Cartoon's not super cartoony. All right, let's go ahead and just choose one. Let's do Silent Era.
There will be a spike on the audio of your iPhone, of the video, and there'll be a spike on GarageBand.
All right, now we're back to normal. All right, so we have shown you how to do a filter there. There's lots of different filters to choose from. Okay, and let's cancel out of that. And now let's do an audio filter. See what I'm saying here.
On GarageBand, and then you're going to line those up. Now do this first. Do this.
Okay, so I have that clip selected. I'm going to go to the audio filters, and I'm going to select one. Let's go ahead and do a...
If you don't do it first, on GarageBand, and then you're going to
muffled,
line those up.
Robot,
And do this first.
Cosmic,
Do this business first. Because
telephone.
if you don't do it first,
This is reverb.
GarageBand, and then you're going to line those up.
Cathedral.
Do this first. Do this business first, because if you don't do it first,
Pitch up.
and then you're going to line those
Let's do pitch up too. That's cool. All right, let's watch it.
and there'll be a spike on GarageBand, and then you're going to line those up. Now do this first. Do this business first, because if you don't do it first, what I mean by first is like before you start editing the video and making cut.
All right, so we applied an audio filter. Let's see what else we can do. Let's go ahead and reduce background noise. Yes, this is always good. If you have like an air conditioner going in the background, it can sometimes take it out. take that out. So let's go ahead and just see what we
first is
can
like
do.
before you start editing the video and making cuts. What I mean by
Let's try it.
first is like before you start editing the video and making cuts and things like that.
If you did have some background noise, it would help. Okay, so then there's also equalizer here. Let's try this again.
What I mean by first is like before you
Flat, let's go.
start editing the video and making cuts.
That was treble reduce.
Start editing the video and making cuts.
Bass reduce.
But first is like before you start
Music
editing the
enhance.
video and making cuts and things like that. If you don't,
okay, so you can tinker with that. Okay, speed. Let's do a speed variation here. So I'm going to speed myself up right here. Speed. Let's go with fast. All right, here we go.
before you start editing the video and making cuts and things like that. If you don't do it first, then you end up having to resync the audio and video for each scene, which is a total. And now we're back one more time. I'm speaking into my broadcasting microphone right here. It's picking up a great waveform.
So I couldn't hear myself very well there at the beginning. So we're going to take this fade in down a little bit here.
And now we're back one more time.
And we're going to reduce that, reduce the music dramatically. How about? Okay, here we go.
If you don't do it first, then you end up having to resync the audio and video for each scene, which is a total. And now we're back one more time. I'm speaking into my broadcasting microphone right here. It's picking up. And now we're back one more time. I'm speaking into my podcast.
So I wanted that volume to come down a little bit, so I just split the clip and brought it down a little bit there.
Before you start editing the video and making cuts and things like that. If you don't do it first, then you end up having to resync the audio and video for each scene, which is a total.
Okay.
And now we're back one more time.
Good. Kind of fades out there.
Podcasting microphone right here. It's picking up a great waveform.
All right, good.
Amplitude. And the iPhone is now on cinematic mode, which, remember, does the narrow depth of field so that I should...
Okay, wonderful. Now, let's go ahead and put some more B-roll or some filler in here. What I want to do, see how the audio right here is detached from the video. I'm going to go ahead and just select this video, and I'm going to cut the video and put something in its place. Let's go ahead and put some video. This would be like if you're doing B-roll, some background images. Let's use, okay, I did this one. That's cool. That's cool. All right, let me try that. Okay, you have to remember to take the original one out. And here we go.
Depth of field so that I should be in focus, but the background not so much. Okay, great. So now I'm going to do another spike. 3, 2, 1. And that will now allow me to sync up that clip with the clip I'm recording on the iPhone. But the main thing we're going to do now is we're going to show you how to edit the video, sync the audio with the video.
Okay, that's pretty cool. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring some more music down there. And what does this sound like? That is me playing Old Man. And where were we? About right here. Okay, let's see how it looks.
Not so much. Okay, great. So now I'm going to do another spike. 3, 2, 1. And that will now allow me to sync up that clip with the clip I'm recording on the iPhone. But
oops. Sorry. All right, we want to fade in a little bit.
I'm going to do another spike. 3, 2, 1. And that will now allow me to sync up that clip with the clip I'm recording on the iPhone. But the main thing we're going to do now is we're going to show you how to edit the video, sync the audio with the video, import the audio back into the
Oh man, look at my life, I'm a lot like you are. Into the video, and then we're going to edit the video in iMovie. Oh man. All right, let's just kind of end it there, and then we're going to edit the video in iMovie. Oh man. All right, let's make it so I'm not singing there. Okay, and what else can we do? Let's put some more B-roll in there. Let's put this fountain up here somewhere, and let's go ahead and put it right about here. All right, see what happens. You can see the waveform there, and I'm coming through pretty clearly, so that's good. And now, the main thing turn down volume, audio and video, is create a spike. We're using a podcasting mic and my laptop and GarageBand to record the sound, the good sound. The crappy sound is going to come from the iPhone. Now, but the first thing you need to do is make a spike, because then you're going to line those spikes up. So what you do is you... Okay, see what else we have here. Still images, you just drag them down here. Video, you just drag it into the timeline too. Okay, here's the setup. Let's get an image of this. Here's Jean-Michel Basquiat. Let's put him in here somewhere. Jean-Michel Basquiat. Not French. There will be a spike on the audio. There will be a spike on the audio of
Nice,
the iPhone,
nice.
of the video, and there'll be a spike. And then you're going to Okay. For that, let's go ahead and put right there when that's occurring. Let's put this allegory of the cave business there. Trim it down so we don't have it too much. And let's see what it looks like. A little bit more, eh? And then you're going to line. All right, here we go. And then you're going to line those up. So do this first. Do this business first, because if you don't do it first, what I mean by first is like before you start editing the video, making cuts and things like that. If you don't do it first, what I mean by first is like before you start editing the video, making cuts and things like that. If you don't do it first, then you end up having to resync the audio and video for each scene, which is like Okie dokie. So that about covers it. We have done we've done editing, audio syncing, we've done inserting images. Okay, how about a voiceover? Voiceover is right here on this little icon here. Let me find a good place to do it. Remember, does the narrow depth of 2, 1. Okay, let's start right there then. So let's start right here. And then what we're going to do is just click this. And I'm going to start recording. To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis noble in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing end them, to die, to sleep, perchance to dream. Aye, for in that sleep of death what dreams may come when we have shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause, for there's the calamity that makes, for there's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. 2, 1. To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis noble in mind to suffer slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against the sea, by opposing and to die, sleep, or chance to dream. Aye, for that sleep of death, what dreams may come when we have shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause, for there's the calamity that makes Okay. For some reason, we have images of me without any audio. So let's elongate this one if we can. We don't have it. Okay, that's fine. Let's go ahead and delete this clip and see what we have here.
What dreams may come of you, shuffled off this mortal coil. Let's give this pause, for there's the calamity that makes, for there's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. We have shuffled off this mortal coil. Let's give this. My life, I'm a lot like you were.
All right, that'll work. I think we're done. I have taken you through most of the abilities of iMovie, and I hope you use it to your great advantage. All right, and now I am recording on GarageBand as well. And I can see the waveform there, and I'm coming through pretty clearly, so that's good. And now, here's the key. The main thing you need to do to sync audio and video is create a spike. We're using a podcasting mic and my laptop and GarageBand to record the sound, the good sound. The crappy sound is going to come from the iPhone. Now, but the first thing you need to do is make a spike, because then you're going to line those spikes up. So what you do is you look into the camera and you say 3, 2, 1, and that made a really big spike there. The game that you're playing with this is that there will be a spike on the audio of your iPhone, of the video, and there'll be a spike
on GarageBand, and then you're going to line those up. Now do this first. Do this business first, because if you don't do it first...
What I mean by first is like
before you start editing the video, making cuts and things like that. If you don't do it first, then you end up having to resync the audio and video for each scene, which is a total bummer.
And now we're back one more time. I'm speaking into my podcasting microphone right here. It's picking up a great waveform, lots of amplitude. And the iPhone is now on cinematic mode, which, remember, does the narrow depth of field so that I should be in focus, but the background not so much. Okay, great. So now I'm going to do another spike. 3, 2, 1. To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis noble in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles by opposing and video, to die, sleep, perchance to dream. Aye, for in that sleep of death what dreams may come when we have shuffled off this mortal coil. Must give us... Look at my life, I'm a lot like you were.